Easter.
So, what does Easter mean to you?
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yes.
Is that a question? Easter means everything, everything to me, and I believe everything to everybody out there. Easter is the reason why we are alive. Easter is the reason why that we can sin and get away with it. Easter is how we are able to call upon the blood of Jesus and ask God to forgive us our sins, and it happens like that. So Easter is I mean, when you talk about Jesus Christ, it's all about Easter, him dying for us. Him they couldn't keep him, the grave
Yeah.
they couldn't keep him in the grave. He died and he rose again. It's all about the love of Christ. It's all about forgiveness. It's all about dying for us even though we are sinners.
Okay.
And I mean, Easter is everything. As a Christian, as a believer, Easter is everything.
So, what is it for you? Like some people would say, "Oh, it's Resurrection Sunday." Some would say, "It's Easter Sunday." What is it for you?
What do you mean by Easter Sunday?
Some people, when you say Happy Easter, they say Happy. They don't. It more or less like some Christians don't accept that. They prefer Happy Resurrection.
Either way, either way,
Either way.
either way, it's fine. As far as we're celebrating Christ, as far as we're celebrating the death that he died for us and he rose and he gave his life. Hey, however you want to call it, it works for me.
Yeah.
As far as at the end of the day we're celebrating Jesus Christ, I'm good. I'm not one of those that argue over vocabulary.
Yeah.
Let me call it that.
Okay. So let's retreat a little bit. For those that are watching, that are seeing you for the first time, just give us a little background about yourself.
Oh my goodness, where do I start from? Well, first of all, I'm a wife. That's one thing I'm very proud of. I'm a wife to a great pastor, Pastor Peter. A mother to 3 wonderful boys and a girl. I'm an ordained evangelist, ordained prophetess. I'm a counselor, a life coach, and a minister in songs. Pretty much, I'm a child of God, saved by grace. That's to put it all together. Um, just a child of God, saved by grace.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you always been the church girl? Have you always been the church girl?
Always.
Always?
Always.
Really? So
Always.
when did you become born again?
I think I was 8 years old when I accepted. See, my mother is a prophetess.
Okay.
So I grew up in the church, but my father was actually a Catholic. My father was a Catholic, but my mother was a born again. So we go to Catholic church on Sunday, and then we go to this prayer meetings and stuff on Friday. But my mother has always been a born again Christian. So I believe I gave my life to Christ when I was 8 years old, and I've always been a church girl.
So how was the encounter like? Was it a spiritual thing? Can you recount your, that incident? How you felt? What happened?
Yes, I definitely remember. See, evangelist is a calling for me, and it's something I'm very passionate about. But the prophetic is something I was born with. So from childhood, I've always been able to see and hear, even though it's like I said, I love being an evangelist. So I remember when I was 8 years old, my mother was praying for me and she laid hands on me, and I just felt the presence of the Lord all over me. And she said the Lord's Prayer with me, and she led me to Christ. My mother did. And after that day, I mean, all of us in my family were very, very committed to the things of God. So we grew up with it, but I gave my life to Christ when I was 8 years old. I said the believer's prayer, and my mother actually led me to Christ. So 8 years old.
No, that's very inspiring, honestly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
Um,
So did you started singing in church, obviously? At what age? When did you know you have that calling to sing?
Goodness. Like, again, my mother. I don't know if you guys know this movie called Sound of Music. We started singing in the house. We are six in number. So we'll all sit around the dining table and we'll sing Sound of Music. And my mother would teach us parts in the house. So we started singing in the house. And because I'm the number two out of six, my mother started putting myself, my sister, and my brother together and taking us to different churches to sing while we were little. Like I think we were like four or something. So my mom, she's just she's been at it. She's really been at it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's how it started, and as time goes on, you continue to develop the gift.
And you know, one thing I tell people is I've never gone for vocal lessons all my life. I've never gone for vocal lessons. As a matter of fact, sometimes when you see me singing, I didn't even warm up. I just, as a mother, I'm busy. Sometimes they just give me a microphone. I just mount the pulpit and start singing. So I never went for voice training or anything like that. So.
Oh, wow. Impressive.
Yeah.
That's very nice. So how do you, as part of everything, looking at the world we live in today, how do you stay motivated? How do you stay afloat? Looking at things that are going to around us, a lot of things that are so, if you turn on the news stations, all you see is very, very depressing news, things that will make you depressed if you don't have control of your faculties up there.
Yes.
How do you stay motivated? How do you motivate people? Because each time I see you, you're always full of life, always smiling from ear to ear. How do you stay motivated? How do you encourage other people to stay motivated?
When you are grateful and content with whatever God has given you, you will remain happy. That is number one thing. If you are content, not if you are stagnant. I'm not talking about being stagnant. I'm talking about being content. That means being happy with what you have while you're trying to acquire more stuff. That's what keeps me, because I'm always grateful. I'm grateful for my husband, my children, my house, the little money I have in my account, the fact that I had a headache and God healed me. I'm grateful. I'm always grateful because I know that things could be worse.
Absolutely.
And I'm doing way better than a lot of people. I always tell people, you are somebody's millionaire. You're somebody is.
How? Can you explain that? I've never heard that before.
Yes, I can explain that.
Please do.
Watch this. There is somebody somewhere praying for the one car you have. Okay. Like, that is their prayer point in their life. And if God can just give them that car, they are made. And you have 3 cars and you are complaining because you want a Mercedes, but you have a Toyota.
That's why they said human wants are insatiable.
So, you see,
the human being they're always looking for more.
Yes. And when you have that type of mentality, you will always be miserable and jealous, and you have envy because you're always looking at somebody and saying, she just bought a new Mercedes and me, I've been driving the same car. Meanwhile, there's somebody that walks every day and all their prayer point is, God, can I just buy one car? Or can I even get it right? So you are somebody's millionaire. Even the person in the village is somebody's millionaire. Another person in the village is looking up to them like, man, if I can just have a house where I can just lay my head. So, when you look at life and you are grateful and you are content with what you have, trust me, you'll be happy.
That's true. That's very true. Looking at things, was there a time you didn't believe in yourself? Was there a time you lacked self-awareness, self-confidence? If you did, how did you overcome it?
How did I overcome it? Well, I think when I lost my child, I lost all hope, honestly.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, when I lost my baby, and just to take it back a little bit, that brother that we lost here in Columbus.
Yes.
When I lost my child, I stayed with them for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
I couldn't go to my house. I just couldn't imagine, I bought a crib for the baby. The baby's supposed to sleep here. How am I supposed to just look at that corner and there's no baby? So I didn't want to go to my house. Honestly, thank God for my husband. He had to move us. He had to move us to a new place.
Yeah.
And I stayed at Brown's house. And I was sleeping on their couch. I had friends that had 6 bedrooms.
Yes.
But I want to be where I'm loved. So I was with them. And I lost hope during that time. Honestly, I lost hope. But prayer brought me back.
Yeah. Were you very active as a born again at that time?
Oh, my dear, I was in church. I was a pastor actually at that time.
So what that goes to show is for the fact that you are a Christian, a true born again does not mean that you are immune from things like that.
Of course not. Of course not. No, you're not. Life happens to everybody, and that's why there's that scripture that says that God's way is not our way.
Yes.
So that means when things happen, most of the times we don't even know why it happened, and God might not give you an answer immediately why it happened. Like when I lost my baby, honestly, I didn't want to talk to pastors. If you're a pastor, you are my enemy. If you said Jesus, oh my goodness, do not come close to me.
Really?
Yes, I didn't want to hear it. Why? Because I said,
angry.
I was angry. I was lost. I was broken.
So were you angry at God, or who were you angry at?
I was mostly angry at God and all the Christians.
Like, how could this happen to me?
Exactly. People think because you're a pastor, you're a born again Christian, you don't get broken. Everybody and anybody can be broken. I was broken. I didn't want to hear it. So I mean, that right there, I was saved by grace. Honestly,
wow.
I was really saved by grace. When that happened to me.
Okay, then that you mentioned that you were saved by grace. Was that where your song, the single you released last year, was that where it came from?
Part of it.
Part of it. What tell us what inspired that song? What inspired the lyrics?
Just my life, my life. I'm a living testimony. Honestly, I'm really a living testimony from Nigeria to America. Everything that God has done for me. I told you, I'm a very grateful person. If you give me a bottle of water when I need it, I'll never forget you.
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between a need and a want.
Yeah.
So when you help me when I need it, I can't forget that.
That's true. That's true. So were you born in Nigeria or you were born here?
I was born here.
You were born here? But it's like Nigeria is, so to speak, Nigeria is your second home. You go to Nigeria all the time.
I do. I'm a business.
How many times do you go to Nigeria in a year?
As a matter of fact, I'm going to Nigeria soon. I go to Nigeria sometimes 4 times, 6 times, because of business, basically. Business takes me home a lot.
Okay. So you recently moved from here to where?
Yes, sir.
Where?
Texas.
Okay, I wanted you to say it yourself. So you don't say I don't.
Texas. Yes, I'm so proud of it.
Why did you run away from Columbus?
It's too cold in your Columbus. It's too cold in this place. Thank you very much.
So don't tell me that. You ran away from Columbus because of cold. When I came to your house, you actually said I was actually planning to. When I said it, you were like, "Oh, really? That's where I want to go." You remember?
Oh, you were planning on going to Texas?
Yes, I did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had the plans, but I think
what happened?
And I put that by the wayside.
Please bring my sister and the children.
A lot of people tell me that, but we'll get there.
Let's turn the interview around and make it about you. Why don't you want to go to Texas?
We'll get there. Oh my God.
I love Texas though. I love it. But my family is here though.
Yeah. Your mom,
my
your
sisters,
siblings,
yes, all of us are here. Yeah. But
so looking at the weather mishap that happened recently, how did you gauge that compared to what you've seen here? Because it was just, the snow was not too much. I don't want to belittle what happened, what people went through there, but what was your perception of that compared to what you've been through here?
Let me tell you. You know what saved us? What saved us is because we have lived in Columbus.
In Columbus, okay.
So when the storm happened, the light went off in the middle of the night, and they kept on announcing nobody should go outside because it is slippery, there is snow and this and that. So we opened the door and we looked outside and we were like, there's no snow. There's no there's no snow. What are they talking about? So we started driving, looking for a hotel in the middle of the night.
Okay.
Nobody else was driving because they kept on saying, don't drive. But we know we can drive because I've lived in
You've
Columbus.
lived in Columbus,
I mean,
yeah. You've seen the worst
yes.
compared to that.
Yes. So because we left in the middle of the night, that's how we were able to get a hotel. If we waited like 2 hours, we won't be able to have a place to stay. It was really bad in Texas. No lights, no water. People were sick. People were dying. People were staying in their cars. It was really bad. So, I
Wow.
mean, we were safe. We had a very warm hotel because we left early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God for that. Thank
Yeah.
God for that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your single really. The video is honestly it's well put together. Well put
Thank
together.
you.
Yeah, I love the video. I play it all the time.
Thank
People
you.
love it based on the feedback I've received. Are you currently signed to any label? Or you're just an independent artist doing your pushing yourself?
Independent. Independent. I'm not signed to anyone.
Mm-hmm. Are you looking forward to, or you just you're comfortable doing your own thing, managing yourself?
Yeah, I think right now, yes, because of where my life is, and I don't think I'm ready to start doing that now. That would be too much. I mean, I think I'm okay how I am.
You have a manager, or your husband is your manager?
My husband is my manager.
Your husband is
Hi, Pastor
guy,
Peter.
He does everything. Hello, in-law. I know you're watching. How you doing? How the kids?
Pastor Peter is my manager, my mentor, my best friend, my everything.
He just recently bagged a doctorate degree.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was last year.
Oh yeah.
A lot of things came true for you last year. You had a baby.
Mm-hmm.
You released your single. You shot the video. You released the video, and your husband. And also, I saw a picture on social media. You were celebrating your 11th marriage anniversary. So talk about that. I can see why you're smiling from ear to.
God has been faithful.
Yeah.
God is so faithful.
Talk about the goodness of God.
I am so grateful. I am so happy. When I met my husband, this man was as skinny as anything anybody can think of. Number one. Number two, he didn't have a job. Yeah. Number three, he didn't have a car. Number four, he didn't even really have anything. He didn't have, and he had so many competition. Yeah. Doctors and lawyers that wanted to marry me, and
Oh, really?
Oh yes, he had a lot of competition. I don't know how he was able to. Okay, let me not brag, but I prayed. I used to pray a lot. Okay. Honestly, I used to pray some weird prayer. I would open my windows and I'll be telling God, bring my husband wherever he is right now. Even the people in the neighborhood, they knew me. They used to laugh at me.
Oh, wow.
They see men crying to be with me and knocking at my door, and I don't open my door. Oh, wow. And at the same time,
that you're praying
that God should bring my
husband.
Yes.
Like as if you're contradicting what was happening in the physical realm compared to the spiritual realm.
Exactly. But I knew I did not want to be with a man that is not my husband. I wanted my husband. And by God's grace, that guy that didn't have a car, didn't have anything and all of that, today has a doctorate degree. And he started from scratch. He didn't come here with a master's and then got a doctorate. He started from scratch. He worked so hard. He's married. He has, we're having children. He's in school. We're still doing ministry. He's in school.
Yeah.
And it's so hard to be in school and have a family. And you have to take care of your pregnant wife and you have assignments. He's just really a hard worker. And I thank God because nobody really supported my marriage when I wanted to.
So how did you guys meet?
This guy, let me tell you, this guy.
Yeah. Tell me. He stole our sister. Tell me.
I was the music director, if I may say, and he was just an ordinary keyboardist. So this guy walked into the church and had the audacity to come up to me, Ngozi, and start talking anyhow at my rehearsal. As a matter of fact, he was giving me problems in my rehearsal. And the next thing, I called him one day because he was a keyboardist and he wasn't consistent. He wasn't coming for rehearsal. Okay. So I called him on the phone to rehearse with him for Sunday. And he said, I'm going to marry you. This guy didn't ask me out, didn't take me to lunch, didn't give me compliments, didn't even tell me I'm beautiful or anything. He just said, I'm going to marry you. My brother, I lost my mind. I got upset. I said, you're insulting. What an insult. What an insult. Me, a Christian. So do you look at me and think I'm that type of girl? I reported him to my pastor. I reported him to everybody.
Really?
Yes. I told them I don't want him to be our keyboardist anymore. And they called him for a meeting and they said, why would you say this to her? He said, no, I'm going to marry the girl.
And he repeated it.
He repeated it and he stood his ground. And I am so grateful. Oh my God. I am so grateful.
You didn't chase him away.
And I really tried to. But like I said earlier, that I used to pray. And when I prayed, I told God, because I know how I am. I'm very stubborn. I told God, I said, when my husband comes, no matter what I say to him, no matter how many times I tell him no, he will not leave. He will stay and he will hold on. And that's exactly what he did. And today, my husband is my mentor.
You see, most times I've seen Christians, right? I don't be born again like that, but I'm a Christian, right? I tell people, Christians pray, but when they see the answer, when God eventually start, giving them clues to what they prayed for, they will be asked to be questioning God. Even when Jesus, after he got up from the tomb, he went to see the disciples. They told Mary Magdalene to tell the disciples to meet him at Galilee. They came there. He had to prove to them. He showed them the scars because they were still doubting. Why is that?
We're humans.
Like we pray for God to send down the rain, to give us rain. And at the same time, we're going out, we can't even take an umbrella to demonstrate the fact that, we pray, we have faith. What the man asked for is just a small, tiny of faith. But still, we don't demonstrate it. We still, just like we do the opposite. After we prayed, we fasted and did everything with the, like, is it just like for some people, a ceremonial thing?
Some people it could be, and sometimes, when you pray, even when God is bringing a result your way, he doesn't bring it how you are expecting it to be. Like, you might expect God to come this route, but he will come this route. So when he's coming this route, you are confused because you're expecting it to look like this. That's why it's so good to always believe in God. Like, no matter what you do, always believe that the reason why things are happening this way is because he wants it to happen.
Okay. Wow.
When you trust that, then everything will line up for you, because then you let him do his work. So it boils down to faith, just like you said. If you trust him and you have faith, things will line up for you.
All right. All right, welcome back. My name is DIJAYFRED, and I have Ngozi, Evangelist Ngozi Saah in the studio. We're just talking about a lot of things, a whole wide range of topics.
Yep.
I noticed you're very, very passionate about marriage.
I am.
And you have a lot of topics on your YouTube page that you've treated. You just pick a topic, you talk about it for like 5, 6, 7 minutes, and you put it on social media. Just to encourage people, to guide people that are looking forward to finding a life partner. What do you mean by loyalty is royalty?
You mean in marriage or generally?
Yeah,
royalty.
Yes. But that's one of the topics you've treated also.
Yes. Loyalty is everything. You hear me say everything a lot.
Yeah.
But loyalty is everything in life. You gotta be loyal, and you gotta have loyal people around you. If you don't have loyal people around you, you will fall and crash. Point blank, period. And when I say around you, I mean close to you, in your circle, like in your life.
Yes.
If you pull somebody that is not loyal to you close to you into your life, they will destroy your life. I didn't say they can. I said they will. It will surely happen. So loyalty is everything. Loyalty is royalty. So when you have friends that are not loyal to you, keep them at a distance. You got to know them. You got to know your friends. You got to know the people that you are dealing with. And I don't want to take it to marriage, because there is nothing like you're not loyal to your partner in marriage. That shouldn't exist. If you have that, you need counseling. Both of you need serious counseling. Okay. There is no way you cannot be loyal to each other. So let's just take it outside to friends and even family. Family, especially family members. As a matter of fact, they are the most dangerous. And I know this is horrible to say because we all have family. How do you say families are dangerous? So you have to look into your family and pick people that are loyal to you. Those are the ones you bring close, and the ones that are not, you keep them at a distance.
Okay, nice. I was listening to Kirk Franklin. I heard him made a remark. He said, breast and body doesn't make a blessing. Yes. In today's world where that's what I'm a guy, that's what the opposite says, that's what they sell, that's what the brand is. Even before you know the person behind those things, the first thing you see, because a lot of people that are looking to settle down, how do you go about making your choice? What would be your own advice? How do you guide them? Somebody comes to you for counseling to say, I'm looking for a wife, and I have variety of people, opposite sex. How do I make a choice? How do I go about it? What would be how would that counseling session go? What would you go to tell them?
To summarize it, the most important thing, number one thing, and this is going to sound very funny, the number one and most important thing that you need to look for is find somebody that you can tolerate their fault.
Say love is not enough?
Please, love. Let's keep love aside. Find somebody that their faults, you can live with their faults. Because, we all have faults and we all have flaws and we all have things that we are all working on and trying to get better on. Now, for example, a man that cheats, there are some women that cannot deal with that. If I catch my husband cheating, it's over. Point blank, period. And there are some women that will say, if my husband is cheating, it's okay as far as he takes care of me.
And he comes back home to me.
And there are some women that will say, if my husband is cheating, I'll go and cheat. So
to balance the equation.
So a cheater needs a woman that can live with that fault. If you marry a woman that believes if you cheat, it's over, you are with the wrong person.
And if you're a cheat and you marry somebody that believes if I catch you cheating, the marriage is over.
It's over. Because
when you mismatch.
Yes. So the number one thing, when you are dating somebody, most people focus on their strengths, what they are good at. Oh, I love her. She's so nice. She's so kind. She's so beautiful. Yeah. We know all the good stuff. Yeah. What is it that is bad about her? Find that thing that is not good about her. Everybody has something that they are struggling with. When you find hers or his and you can live with it, because there's a possibility they will not change. That cheater, he may never change. So the question you ask yourself is, can I live with this? And if you can live with it, everything else will fall in place. The love, listen, if your wife or your husband is not attractive, you can make them attractive. If they are big, they can work out. If they are skinny, they can eat. If they are not fine, if you put makeup. Yeah. If they don't have hair, buy hair. It's all these things can be fixed. These are not, it's not a big deal. But you see, faults, character. There are some men that cannot stand a woman that talks too much. And then what about if she never changes? One day you will leave. You can't take it. You feel like she's so rude.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for a wife, when you find that girl that you like, just find her faults and ask yourself, can I live with this for the rest of my life? If you say yes, she's the one.
You see, you're getting free counseling right now. Free counseling. This is what people pay for. People pay to get that. It's up to you. What you make with that is up to you.
Yes.
You also, in one of your videos, you also talked about fear does not exist. Some people will argue with their lives. Like, I don't believe that. Like, fear does not exist. There are some people are still in search of what they want to do with their lives. Some have figured it out. But taking that step, it's like they're right here, there's a lion on the other side. And they're thinking, as soon as I reach out, that lion will swallow me. And you are here on the other side saying, fear doesn't exist. So how do you convince those people to reach out? How do you say that idea to them that fear does not exist? That it's just something that is up here. Please.
Right. Well, the number one thing I believe we need to all know is that we all have some sort of fear. Everybody does.
Okay.
Everybody has something that they think I can't do or I might not be good at. Now, the difference between you and the other person that has done it and succeed is that they did it. And when they did it, they proved that fear does not exist. You see, when you allow fear to hold you back, then there is no way to prove that fear doesn't exist. For example, if I don't want to open a door, you stand behind that door and be afraid. Oh God, I'm afraid. I don't want to open this door. I don't want to open this door. What about if you just say, hey, fear doesn't exist. Let me just open this door. You will open it. Because most of the times, the things we are afraid of does not exist. It's like you always have a fear of doing it. Just take the step and do it. What is the worst that can happen? You fail. And so what? You get back up and you try again. And you fail again, and then you get back up and you try again. And you keep trying until you make it. And as soon as you make it, fear does not exist. So fear exists to you because you're not taking a step. But when you take a step, fear does not exist.
Okay.
So fear does not exist. You only exist for people that are sitting on their chair.
Is it that it does not exist or you learn how to conquer it? But at times you hear those those small voices in your head. They're not real, but they seem real to you when you're hearing those voices. So how do you like people will tell you, find a way to silence those voices. Like some people will listen to gospel music, listen to inspirational music, or listen to inspirational speeches, anything that can help them to conquer those voices. But to that person at that point in time, those things are real. But if you go for a counseling, that's what they try as much as to tell them. That the same thing you're doing now. To let them see the light that those voices you're hearing is just out of figment of your imagination. They're not real. But I think that is one of the hardest part for people. It's I don't know. But
no, I agree with you. I'll tell you, for example, because, my marriage right now is my second marriage.
Okay.
I'm very passionate about marriage because I've learned a lot. Okay. So when my first marriage failed, I decided I'm not getting married again. Like, why would I get married? I'm not doing it. And I wasn't able to give birth for 5 years in that marriage. That marriage failed because I couldn't give birth.
Conceive.
Yes, they said they said, oh, but now I have 5 children. Oh, I don't born, so they run.
And you were born again then.
Yes, I was.
All this while that you couldn't conceive.
Yes, now I was praying, and nothing was happening.
Was your husband on that same level with you? Were you guys praying together? Were you guys, as you were seeking for fruit of the womb?
Yeah, he was praying too. Oh, please, the fact that you're a believer and you are praying doesn't mean everything is going to line up. Who said? The
reason I ask is it like both of you were, on the same page in terms of that? Was it like you were going this way, he was going towards this direction?
We were both praying for a child.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're both praying. But the fear aspect of things is I didn't want to do it again. I didn't want to get married because I've already convinced myself that I can't have a child. So why would I want to get married again and start dealing with the getting pregnant? It was so much pressure. I was under so much pressure. But it got to a point I had to tell myself that this is the lie of the devil and it's only fear, and fear doesn't exist. I'm gonna go ahead and get married. And I got married, and now I have children. You see, when I say fear doesn't exist, I'm not saying that people don't deal with fear. Don't get me wrong, because I just told you right now that I dealt with something.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that the way you overcome it is by telling yourself that fear does not exist. The voices in my head does not exist. The voices in my head are only trying to stop me. So I'm going to fight back and take a step. And as soon as you take that step, fear doesn't exist.
Yeah, fear
is nothing.
Is a way of the devil robbing you of your potentials. You won't do nothing. You know.
You won't. People that have anxiety, people that are depressed, is all lies. Depression doesn't even exist in either. Can you imagine if you can just tell yourself that depression doesn't exist? And I know this might be hard. It sounds harsh. Like when you go for counseling, or if you come to me for counseling, I'm not just going to tell you depression doesn't exist, get out of my house. Okay. It's a process to things. But because we are online, I'm just giving you the Nigerians would say the cocoa. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm giving you the power.
Hitting the nail on the head.
Exactly. I'm just letting you know that even depression, that thing that you're depressed about, doesn't even exist. If you fight back, you can pull yourself out. We have the ability, especially if you know Christ, if you have Jesus Christ in your life, you have the ability to do anything.
Okay. Nice. I want you to also talk about dealing with the past history of your spouse. How do you deal with that? You know, when you start hearing, maybe at the beginning of your relationship, your spouse did not tell you certain things, but you later got to find out why you guys were already married. How do you deal with that?
I love that question. Because you know why? A lot of people's marriages are crumbling because of that. It is the worst thing. The worst thing you can do to yourself is to listen to or feed into your spouse's past. We all have, especially if it's negative. If it's positive, please carry it, spread it. But if it's negative, I would say it. Again, let's go back to it doesn't exist.
Okay.
You know why? Because when all those things happened, you were not in his life or her life. What you need to pay attention to is your presence in your marriage. What you need to pay attention to is who he is with you moving forward. You don't want to go backwards. Who cares about what he did in the past? I had a friend that a lot of people were trying to convince this lady that your husband, he slept with this girl and he slept with that girl and he slept with this girl. The lady asked them, when did this happen? This happened before he married me. Why do I care? He can sleep with the whole world if he wants to. I don't care. You should not care about what your husband or your wife did in the past. I don't even care if it's as worse as killing somebody or prostitution. I know this sounds harsh, but in marriage, it's like the Bible says that if any man be in Christ is a new creature, all things have passed away and all things have become new. When you get married, you merge, you become one. You're starting a new life. Everything is new. Everything starts from the day you get married. Everything in the past is gone. I don't care who told you. I don't even care if you have evidence. Who cares? Even if somebody comes with hard evidence and they show you that this is what your husband or your wife did in the past, look them in the face and tell them you don't care.
Some people would say they're listening right now and say, easier said than done.
Yes, of
How
course.
do you deal with hurtful words in marriage?
Oh my goodness, that's a very hard one. hurtful words, because um when you talk about marriage, if anybody tells you they don't have issues in their marriage, they're a liar. Okay? Everybody's dealing with something, okay, in their marriage. The difference between you that are hurting right now and another person that is happy is because they let go and they forgive. If you think your partner, your spouse, your husband or your wife are not going to say hurtful words to you, you are a liar. They're going to say something to you. How do you deal with it? You have to forgive them and you have to let go. And even sometimes they might not even tell you sorry. Yeah. Sometimes they might not tell you sorry. Sometimes they might never even think they're wrong. But guess what? You get strength from forgiving them. And you get healing for yourself. Forget them. By forgiving them. Sometimes people think when I forgive my husband, then he will not get to learn his lesson. Listen, when you forgive your husband or when you forgive your wife, you are freeing yourself. You are healing your heart. So how to deal with hurtful words is forgiveness and letting go. And always remember that you're not perfect neither. You're also going to do something that is hurtful.
Yes.
So forgiveness and letting go and not paying back. A lot of couples do pay back.
And once you forgive, you don't have to pay back.
Yeah.
That's what forgiveness is supposed to mean.
Yes.
You forgive and you let go.
Yes. And let go and then don't pay back.
Yes.
Because I know people say forgive and forget, but you need to add don't pay back. Some people say I've forgiven him, but they are waiting for you.
Yeah.
Oh yes, you will do it and I will do it back. I will pay you back. Even though they said they're forgiven. So
wow.
Let go.
Wow. I've met people that divorced, that were married, then are divorced, that are kind of regretting, saying, if I knew what I know now, I would have stayed in that marriage.
Yeah.
So at what point do you, I don't have to ask you, I know you don't believe in divorce, but at what point would you encourage or advise someone to go through with divorce?
As a believer, the Bible releases us if there is infidelity, if the person is not being faithful. If the person cheats, the Bible, you have the right to get a divorce as a Christian, as a pastor.
If the person cheats just once, we just talked about forgiveness.
Yes, but I'm talking about what releases you in the Bible. That's the only reason why you can get a divorce and you are okay in the Bible.
Okay.
That is the only reason. But now as a human being, so I just spoke according to the word of God. But now as a human being, as Ngozi, okay, I would say if your life is in danger, if you think the person is gonna hurt you, then you need to find a way to get out, because cheating, lying, hurtful words, all this stuff is everywhere.
Yeah.
Nobody's perfect. The next person you're going to marry, you don't know what you're getting yourself into. If God has given you the strength, again, to deal with their faults, why worry? If God has given you the strength, that's what I'm saying in the beginning. If you have the strength to deal with their faults, then you will never get a divorce, because you're okay. Even with the wrong things they are doing, you can deal with it. My husband has faults, of course. Excuse me, my husband has faults, but I'm okay with, I can live with it. My husband will do some things that somebody might look at me and say, Ngozi, how do you live with that? But to me it's this man, I beg, just leave him.
Yeah.
Because I already know his faults and I can live with it. So according to the Bible, if he's cheating or if she's cheating, you're allowed to move on with your life. But as a human being, I would say if your life is in danger, minus that, all the other stuff is nothing.
Wow. Let's change here a little bit, because the issue of marriage is endless. We can discuss that for hours non-stop. You that I know, You do so many things. So many things. I can't even begin to count right now. I can't even start counting. What happened to your cooking show?
Oh my goodness. The one that you came on. I mean, I can't believe I'm on your show.
Yeah, you once had me on your cooking show.
I did.
You did.
I did.
Right. So what happened to the cooking show? What
Oh
happened?
God. You know, I told you, I said...
I used to learn how to cook pounded yam from your show. So tell us.
Oh God. You know, I told you earlier that my husband is my manager, my mentor, my teacher, he's my everything.
Yeah.
So my husband loves my cooking.
Okay.
And I love to cook. In my family, we are good cooks. So Pastor P, I hope you're not watching because I'm about to keep it real with you. The cooking.
They said the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach.
Yes, and honestly,
it's true.
It's true. I remember the first time I cooked for my husband. He took my picture. He took the picture of the meat, the picture of the food, the picture of everything. That's when we were dating. And then he sent it to Ghana, sent it to his dad to show them that yes, this girl, she can cook.
She is the one.
The cooking show is I loved it, but it's not something I was
prepared for.
Not that I'm not prepared, but I have so much going on.
You do. That's why I said you do so many things. Honestly, so many things.
So much. So it's
And you have talk show as well.
I do.
You do. Pick a topic, just discuss it and post it on the social media.
Yes.
Your guys, check her social media out.
Yes.
She's so eventful. Very, very. You gain a lot by following her.
Yeah, I did radio for a little bit. Too.
Yes, I remember that.
Here in Columbus.
Yes, you even wanted to have me on there was a time you wanted me to call in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
To the radio show?
I remember that.
Oh God, I'm a workaholic. I can't help myself.
You do.
I can't help myself.
You always want to do something.
Yes.
So what's up with that? Are you still gonna bring it back, the cookie show? You think you have time to do that again?
You know what?
What?
I may shock you. You might see Pastor P doing the cookie show. You might, and I'm telling you, because he keeps his on me. He's like, come on now.
Yeah.
But it's not right now. I have all the stuff that I'm doing that is really keeping me busy. When I'm less busy, I will come back to that. And I know people were really loving the cooking show.
Yeah.
People were loving it, but right now I have to. I just had a baby.
Yes.
3 months ago, so I have to take it easy. The older you get, you take it easy.
Yeah, let's talk about your evangelism. You evangelize through the music. I know you go to places, go to churches to sing. So how is that going?
Oh, that's going very well. My evangelism, I do street evangelism. My singing, my music ministry is different from my evangelism ministry. I mean, I have so much ministry. God have mercy.
Okay.
So, but that I do street evangelism. I go on the streets. I have a microphone.
Oh, really?
I preach the word.
Okay.
I even used to post that. I kind of stopped.
Yeah.
And I used to encourage people online to come and meet me at a location here in Columbus, and they will come and meet me there, and then we share tracks. We used to do that at Kroger's. We used to do that at Walmart. And my husband is really also part of that. And in Africa, we also do missions.
I was going to ask you that. That just reminded me. I was going to ask you that because I remember before COVID hit, you went home like a couple of times. I saw a couple of pictures on social media. You were in remote areas in the villages. You were doing evangelism. You were reaching out to people. You were sharing things. Please speak on that.
That is where my heart really lies. Again, it comes from being grateful. And honestly, that ministry is run by my husband. Again, everything is revolve around this man, even though his face is not out there. It's always my face, but he's behind that, and it's just both of us. We don't take money from anybody. We don't ask people for money. We use our own money every year. I think the last one we did is about $7,000.
Wow.
We took it to Africa, and we do hands-on. We don't just donate money to a foundation, because sometimes that money doesn't get to the people that need it. So we go to the villages, we pray for them, we preach the gospel, we tell them about Jesus Christ, and we share food, and we empower people. We've started so many businesses. We are taking care of so many children. We're paying school fees, and it's just me and him for right now. I don't know what is going to happen tomorrow. I don't know what God is saying. Not that I know some people have come forward, they try to help financially, but because God has not said we should do that yet, we're not taking anything from anybody. God is saying he wants us to do it. So right now we are in Nigeria. We've gone to Nigeria, Ghana. Pretty much those are the only 2 countries.
So is that like a registered NGO, or that is an arm of your church, or it's just a ministry, different ministry altogether?
It's just, this ministry word is getting tired. It's tiring.
People use it to cover a lot of things.
Yes, ministry everywhere. It's just something God asked us to do, and we're doing it. Okay. I don't want to call it a ministry. It's not registered. We don't want to do none of that. And I know it's needed. Down the line, we'll probably do that, but right now, that's not what God is saying. That's not what he's saying. He's saying just do it. Point blank, period. Every year we pray and ask God, how much does he want us to give? And we get out there and we give it. It's just that simple. Okay,
that's good. So in all of this, considering so many things you have going on, some of the things you do, what really is your greatest passion?
Evangelism.
Through music, or when you're meeting people one-on-one,
missions,
sharing the words of
missions and preaching the gospel. Evangelism, that's really that's my passion. That is, if I can do that all day, every day, I'll be happy. I'll be, when I go to the villages, the way I relate with this, there's a part, let me correct this word village. When I use the word village in one of my video, a pastor called me and said I shouldn't use the word village because I'm talking down on the people. But I'm a Nigerian, not only Nigerian, but I'm Igbo. Village is village. When I say my village is my village, it doesn't mean I'm talking down on them. It doesn't mean I'm belittling the people. So when I say village, any Nigerian will understand why I'm saying village, because we call our village. There's no other name for it. It's not a community. It's not all that fancy word. We call it village. So when I go to these villages and I, see these elderly women that have nobody to take care of them, and we're able to fix their houses, start a tomato business for them, it gives me life. Yes. It really gives me life. I'm not out to wear Sean John. Wearing Sean John doesn't make me happy. Doesn't do anything for me. Driving a Mercedes does not do anything for me. But Pastor P, feel free to buy a Mercedes. Feel free. But my heart is evangelism and people, helping people out.
Okay. I know you have a flight to catch.
Yes,
soon.
I do.
Yes, we'll be rounding up soon. Okay. So before I let you go, I'm going to ask you this question. You're planning a trip to go to an island where you'll be there for 2 weeks. You're only allowed to take 5 items that you will survive on. Tell me the 5 items you're going to take to go on that trip.
DIJAYFRED, what kind of question is that? Number 1, I'll take my Bible.
All right. I'm not even going to ask why, but I will go with that.
Oh, my Bible. I'm going to need that for strength. Lord Jesus. By myself?
That's 1.
That's a hard question.
You're express your faith. You're a Christian. You preach it. You gotta live it.
But my Bible covers that part. My Bible covers that part. What else am I gonna take? You said an item, so it has to be an
5 items. You're going on an island where you'll be there for 2 weeks.
Okay, I will take my Bible, and I'm gonna need me a gun. Because
why do you need a gun?
Why don't I need a gun? What about if a lion comes out or something?
Jesus Christ was.
Excuse me?
Okay.
Don't even. Excuse me, really? Okay. When a lion is facing me, I should plead the blood of Jesus. Meanwhile, there's gun. I'll be taking me a gun.
Okay.
Okay. Not playing. This is serious.
2.
3, maybe shoes. Because I need something on my feet.
2.
Shoes.
That's 3. Yeah.
A lighter.
Lighter.
Mm,
Okay.
a lighter.
Okay.
And a phone.
And a phone. All right. Okay. 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 Good. That's.
Don't judge me that I said I need a gun.
Okay. I'm not.
Don't judge me that I need a gun. Jesus is powerful. But guess what? The person that made a gun, it was Jesus that also gave him the brain. So I will be taking a gun. I need that.
For his children's safety.
You know now.
Go do baga.
Jesus himself is too busy when he knows there's a gun I can take.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
I'll take a gun.
So how active are you on social media?
I'm not as active as I used to be, honestly.
Okay.
I'm not as active as I used. Honestly, I'm not even active as I used to be.
Okay.
Or I should be.
Okay. Give out your social media handle.
Oh, Facebook, Ngozi Saah. YouTube, Evangelist Ngozi Saah. Instagram, Ngozi Saah everywhere.
No, Instagram is Evangelist Ngozi Saah.
See?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
I told y'all.
Yes.
Yes, Pastor P, yeah. Because again, he's my manager. He's like, did you just say Ngozi Saah instead of Evangelist? Honey, I said Evangelist Ngozi Saah for Instagram.
All right. So what is next? Before we play your music, that's what we're going out with. We're signing up with that. So we've talked a lot about that track. A lot of people have seen it. So what is next for Evangelist Ngozi Saah?
Wow. Right now, just look out and watch out for my next album that is coming out soon.
How soon?
By God's grace, next year.
Okay.
Next year, I'm gonna be celebrating my birthday. Yay!
Okay.
I'm not gonna tell you what.
I don't even need to ask. I dare not ask.
Yeah. So just watch out for my next album that will be coming out soon, and just all check me out on YouTube. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Please, guys, do. It's
support
Evangelist
your girl.
Ngozi Saah. Please support her.
Yes.
She has so many things that can bless you. I'm telling you this.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yes.
Honestly.
Yes. I had a guy that he just Googled my name, I think, and it took him to YouTube. And in that church, I really didn't want to expose who I am. I just wanted to go sit in the back, listen to the word, and go home. The guy came to me quietly, said, I know who you are. And your videos has fixed my marriage. I know who you are. Thank you so much.
Wow.
So if you want to, when you talk about marriage, go to YouTube. You'll be blessed. And my information is there. You can also reach me. You can send me a message. You can ask me questions. I don't charge anything. The gifting that God has given me, and I speak from experience, and I have testimonies. And if you're struggling, especially in your marriage, I can promise you that we will walk through it and we will come out victorious. So if you're having issues in your marriage, feel free to contact me. And I know people worry about people spreading their stories. And that's why people are dying in marriage, because you can't trust anybody. It's not that they don't want to talk, but you can't trust anybody. If you go to somebody and tell them, I'm having this problem in my marriage, before they drop the phone, they will call 50 people. So why would you want to share?
That's not professional. So
feel free to contact me. Evangelist Ngozi Saah, Instagram, Ngozi Saah, Evangelist. Just Google it, you'll find me. Can't miss it.
Thank you so much, God's girl, for finding time to sneak in here. Although we were already talking about how we're going to do this. But, we're not really happy about what brought you to Columbus.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
I just have to let you go. Because if we continue, there are so many things. All those other things we talked on the phone. We talked about on the phone. We don't. You see, we can't. It's already over 1 hour, and you have a flight to catch.
Wow.
So I have to let you go.
And we took how many breaks?
Just one so far. I have to let you go. I have to let you
Yes.
go. I want to say thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you for
finding
having
time to
me.
do it. I truly, truly appreciate your presence in the
Thank you
studio.
for having me.
Thank you, thank you, Chris. Thank you so much for releasing her, for allowing her to do this. You know, please say me word to your family.
I will.
All right,
I will.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you're enjoying your Easter. Stay safe, stay calm with your family, and enjoy today. Today, we are right now. We're going out. We're going out with her music video, and it's titled "By Your Grace."